Aloha. Hey, Misty. Hey, Brad. Aloha. Let me get this other side set up. Sorry, I'm finishing the last piece of my apple. I thought I was going to get it choked down before I went live, but. And I'm not one to eat on when I'm living anyway, so. Okay. Yes. Well, let's discuss the life cycle of the desert fly, shall we? I actually had to I amaze myself sometimes. I didn't know, so I had to look it up. I thought I was right, and I was pretty close. Um, hold on. Okay. All right, I think I got it. So let's start off with the life cycle of a fly. Fly's lifespan is relatively short. They usually live around 15 to 30 days. I thought it was pretty close to that. I didn't know they lasted 30 days, but there we have it. Similar to other insects within this period, they go through 4 life cycle stages. Fly egg, of course, you know, you don't see the egg, but larva, yes, we've seen that in the past in the Lisi Stinky Marie. Pupa, yes, we've also seen that stage, and adult. Imagine that. Just a bit of trivia to start the day. Good grief. Yes. Well, that's part of their life cycle, Sassy. That I mean, and who says where it starts? I mean, does it start with the egg or does it start with the adult that lays the egg? It doesn't really matter. An elbow, if you're having to swat away flies, you might want to clean the Stinky Marie. There might be a reason why you keep having this bug problem. You know what I mean? He, Jesse, you're right. Oh, there's a visual, isn't there? Oh, good grief. Hey, Penny Pincher Aloha, Steve Aloha, Jesse Aloha, everybody. Yeah, I went back and I couldn't even remember the last time I went live, and it was 3 weeks ago. So I'm due for a live. And the bum in the van gives me caution to think or pause to think. In his little rambling today about blah 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 blah. Oh, I think I hear a rattlesnake. Blah 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 blah. You know, and what's with the? Oh God, I don't even want to go there. I think the visual was enough. Um, I do have one question though. Hey, Elbow, did you get anybody to shave your back? You are getting to be a silverback now. You know that, right? Um, and but of course, you could do the neck comb over. You know, from your back to the bald spot on the back of your head. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that just mean? Oh, good. Hey, Cajun Kevaloha. You know, so here's my advice. Elbow. Because I'm a former resident of California, I can speak upon this. Like you always say, well, you don't have the credentials to, that's just your opinion. Well, my opinion is based in fact because I in fact lived in California. So here's my advice, Elbow. Go. Fill up your van tomorrow and head west because you know that's where you want to go. And Mama Rosie isn't around anymore for you to rescue you. And that's what you're waiting for. You're waiting for somebody to rescue you or to tell you what to do. Because God knows you couldn't make a decision on your own if your life depended on it. You didn't mention your mother today and Mother's Day. Makes me wonder how much you really don't want to go back to Chicago. Okay. So what's the next step? Well, the next step would be to fill up your van and head west and keep going until you hit the Pacific Ocean because you know that's what you want to do. That's where you're torn at. And the same when you were down in Los Algodones. You couldn't decide on a dentist until just pick one. Get it done. Nobody's going to come and rescue you, Elbow. You've burnt all your bridges. Your so-called friends that you've had in the past aren't there anymore because they've seen the way you treat other friends. And the most important friend in your life, as you said at the time. Well, that's a good point, Joseph, and I'm going to get to that. And Elbow, if you would have just been a friend, I mean, a real friend to Rosie, you would have had a home like Blackbird does now. And you know why he's there? Okay, am I back on? Am I back on? Yep. Am I back on? Hello? Yep. Okay. For some reason, StreamYards keeps kicking me out. And it did it even before I went live. So if I go radio silent again, just give me a second. I'll be back up. Not blackout, Blackbird. He's the guy that stays with Rosie's house or stays in the Shine Shack now. He went up to Eureka with her to my hometown and did that. But back to dumbass. And if you would have shown even the least amount of learning something from Rosie, but your ego was so huge, you couldn't get it through the Shine Shack door. And you would have had it made. All you had to do was be a decent human being. But as we all found out as time went by, that you are not that. That you want to be the boss. And sometimes you can't be the boss. And if a woman tells you what to do, you best do it, son. Because there's half of the world is women, you dumbass. And there's a lot more women in the workforce now than there was probably when you started. And women have jobs of authority. And if you can't handle that, you better find another occupation. Because if you can't stuff your little ego down a little bit, you're never going to succeed in life. And the reason you don't want to go back to Chicago for another reason is probably you had problems at your last job. For whatever reason. We don't know. We don't really care. But go west. Go west. Go through Arizona. I would love for you to drive through Arizona. Why? You have some unfinished business in Arizona. And there's some law enforcement that are looking for you. So go drive through Arizona. Enjoy it. Even maybe stop at the Grand Canyon on your way. You don't want to miss that. But go west. Get in your van and head to the sunset. Just keep going to that sunset. Because if not, you're going to be a more bitter person than you already are. But if you get through Arizona and you do get to California, let me tell you a little bit what you have ahead of you, since you've not spent very much time there, and I've spent nearly my entire life, minus 10 years, the 10 years I've been here. And the outlook in California these days, um, especially where you want to go in San Diego, do you realize that San Diego and surrounding area has the highest cost of living of anywhere within the United States? That's right. Gas is more expensive, groceries are more expensive, jobs aren't like they are because they pay more and people kind of want to stay in jobs where they're, making money. And you have no references for another thing. You have out of state plates on your van. And if you don't know the laws in California, if you are earning a paycheck in California and you're residing in California, which you're living in your van, so that means you're residing in California, you have to register that van within 30 days of arriving in the state. Did you know that? Yeah, you can't say it's a recreational vehicle. No, you have insurance on it full time. And if you don't, you're stupid. But you're not bright enough to say, um, I'm only visiting. Well, you're working. Well, I live out of my van and, you know, blah, 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 blah. California is different. The taxes in California, let me just give you a little hint on what the taxes are when you have no dependents. When I worked for the state of California and I made $100 a day, whether I worked or not, my paycheck, and we got paid once a month, by the end of 2010, my retirement, I paid almost as much out in taxes than I brought home. Hey, Robert, because, oh, they're going to raise the tax again Brad, because businesses are moving. Their tax base is leaving the state. These big tech corporations who have resided in California and have basically built Silicon Valley are going to Texas, Wyoming. You know, not in California. Their tax laws suck. And I averaged that I was paying 20 to 25% of my gross income for taxes. And if I didn't claim one at the end of the year or on my W-2, I would be paying it. And because I didn't have any children anymore, and I was a single and no dependents, I was in the highest tax bracket, even though I was one of the lower paid civil servants at the time. Not anymore though. Um, and there's that. So they tax your ass on your employment. I mean, if you make $1,000, you're lucky. Taxes is 20 to 25%. That's not including your Social Security and your FICA and all that other stuff. So it's up to 40, 42, 43%. So break it down in easy terms. If you make $1,000, whether it be a month, year, it doesn't matter, $1,000, and you're taxed on that $1,000, 25% of it goes to the state. You still have to pay your Social Security and your FICA. So you may bring home 600, maybe 650. And that's making it $1,000. So 40 to 43% of it is going out the door before you ever see it. So how good is California sounding now, ELBO? Tell me. Are you ready for that? Have you thought that out? And not only that, you don't have a let me find the right word. Um you don't have friends there and family there. You're on your own. And nobody is going to rush to help you. If they haven't helped you out at El Paso, they sure as hell ain't going to help you when you get to California. Hey, Christy, aloha. Um, so there's that, and then on top of that, California is now passing legislation for vehicles on residential streets because of the fiasco with the motorhome debacle in Los Angeles. Oh, thank you, Cindy, or Christy. Um, oh, he'll love the traffic, Joseph. He'll love it. Are you kidding? He might get his ass run over or shot, but he'll love it. I'm trying to make this a positive. I want him to go to California. I really, really do. And a few of you know the reason why, and some of you may not. Like I said, I lived most of my adult life in California. And my family spread out all over California. So my roots and my family run deep. And what do you have if you go to California? Hmm? You sure don't have your begging ways on YouTube anymore. You really screwed that up. Because your ego, once again, your ego got in the way. Your ego is your biggest obstacle. You are getting a little humble, though, as slight as it might be. Hey, Jan, aloha. But, you know, you're talking about people wanting to fit into a mold. I don't know how you said it. I wasn't really paying attention. Um, about looking the part, dressing the part, uniform, blah blah blah. And when you call it a security officer, no, you were never a security officer. That invokes somebody who has power. You're a security guard. You're a rent-a-cop without a gun, okay? Without a gun and without guts. Because as soon as somebody said boo, you'd fall on the ground in the fetal position and cry like a little girl. But go to California. Go. Go when the just drive toward the sunset. Just keep going. Oh, and by the way, gas in California, over $5 a gallon. But go to California. You'll love it. The streets are paved with hummus. And then, if you want to go up to where the Assyrian community is, up in Turlock, and this is no secret, but that's where my kids were born, you dumbass. And that's where a lot of my family still is. Some of them not, some of them went to Texas, some of them went to North Carolina, but there's some still there. And I still have friends down there I go see every time I'm going through. So yeah, go to California. Go to Turlock. I just might have to make a trip across the ocean if that's the case. Because when you're in California, you're on my turf. And you just should remember that Chicago's your turf, but California is my turf. And the things that you said to me and about my family, especially my son, didn't take too well to the things that you said. And if you think that's been forgotten, well, you're sadly mistaken. Because all I have to do is make one phone call. Just one. Just one. Now, I wouldn't even have to make a phone call. All I have to do is send a text. Because you know what else runs deep in California? My motorcycle brothers and sisters. And they love taking out trash. They really do. So go to California. I might, if you start your way to California, you never know who might throw you a few bucks on your PayPal just to make sure you get there. But you gotta take that first step. You gotta put that gas in that van and you gotta head out on the I-10 heading west. California's waiting for you. Tijuana's waiting for you. All them pretty girls down there. No. Rosie's got somebody living there now. He lost his chance. He burnt that bridge. And now the umbilical cord is cut to Mama Rosie. And she ain't going to help him either. Oh, and by the way, there's a few people that are in Vegas right now. Mainly Monkey Boy and what, Mr. Z are in Vegas right now. And son, ELBO, Marshall, they don't like you. And Monkey Boy, he lives in LA. So be careful what you say and who you say it to, because you never know whose turf you might be on that particular day. But go to California. Go. Get in your van and go. Because if you don't, you're going to hate yourself. You're going to regret every decision you've made up until then. Well, you probably do anyway, but hey. Yep, the 20th. It's coming up. So, you know, if you're waiting for somebody to tell you what you want to hear, listen up. I'm giving you some advice. Go. Get in your van. Whatever you're waiting for isn't going to come. You're not going to have somebody ride up on the white horse and rescue you and make your decisions for you like you did Rosie when you were in Mexico the last time. You've got nobody to come run to your rescue. There's nobody going to tell you what to do, and you're beating yourself up about it. And that's why you're procrastinating. That's why you're still in El Paso, because you don't want to go back to Chicago. Then don't. But you got to start with one step. You got to start by putting some gas in your gas tank and heading west. You know, there's an old saying or an old country song, maybe an old folk song. Head west, young man, head west. You're 40, soon to be 41. You've wasted the best years of your life sitting behind your steering wheel begging for a dollar. It's time to pull your big girl panties up, get in your van, and go. Hey, Derbeat. Yeah, go west. Go. What's stopping you? The only thing that's stopping you is you can't make a simple decision to go. Now, I'm telling you this, and I'm giving you some of this so you can make a rational decision. But you've already made that decision by your little God knows rant what about this morning. I couldn't even the only thing I remember is rattlesnakes and bitching about pretty people getting jobs. Oh, and that you flies and shaved and ew, just ew. Well, Johners, that's about it. Yeah, you know, yeah, there you go, Derveet. Thank you. I didn't know what the gas prices because I just here on the island. I did a couple days ago. I just filled up my truck again because I always fill it up about halfway because you never know when it's going to really go up crazy. But it was over $5, and that was at Costco. And Costco is usually 50 to 70 cents cheaper than any other station on the island. But how far do I have to go on an island? You know, um, I maybe fill my truck up twice a month, and that's because I go to the dog park and I go to the beach and I do that kind of stuff. You know, but I'm not hefting around what probably 9,000 pounds of American made steel. You know, with bad exhaust and uh head gasket and all those other fun things that you've not uh kept up the maintenance. And sorry, I'm making myself laugh here. Hold on. I can't even get it out. if, if you think you're gonna sell your shitty ass van in California with no maintenance records, the plush blue velour throne is now seen its better days. Caught myself that time. Okay. For one, it's not a class B anymore. Dang it. Am I back? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Can you guys hear me? Okay. Okay. I'm back. Okay. Where was I? Oh, yes. Just a shitty van. Gotta make myself laugh again. Um, yeah, just a shitty van with a boat upside down on it, with a shitty generator that doesn't hardly work, that has been left out in the elements for what, 2 years now? Um, and God knows what other creatures have decided to take up residency in the stinking Murray. Um, oh, he'll go to Mexico, rub one. Come on. Come on. He wants to go down to Tijuana. You know what he really wants? This is what he said one time. What his dream job is to be the bouncer at a donkey show or whorehouse or whatever those are. Yeah, the only thing that van has of value maybe is the engine because the body is shit. There's no generator. There's no toilet. There's no black tanks, white tanks, purple tanks, whatever the tanks are. Um, you know, um, and I will have to say there is one person who bested him. Not by much, but a little. And that's old Richie Rich, you know. At least his still has the shitter in it. Although the black tank may be kind of nasty, if you know what I mean. Well, Johnny, you can dream. That's his dream. That's his goal in life. Let's support that. Go west. Get in your little shitty van with your little shitty bugs and your little shitty bald head and go. Just go. Because if you don't, all you're going to do is sit there and whine and cry, waiting for somebody to rescue you. Nobody, and I repeat, no one is going to rescue you. You are on your own. You burnt those bridges. Oh God, I want to. Those roosters, I could just really hurt them too. I if I could get close to them, I'd wring their neck. I mean, they caught a few of them last week, and they're supposed to be trapping for them every day, but they're not dumb. Well, when he told Rosie, he stop, go, 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 go. When he and Rosie went to the Green Door in Vegas, that was his dream at the time before he knew about Mexico. Okay. Um, his dream was to go to the Pussycat Ranch or whatever it is, Mustang Dudes or something. Um, and talking about playing the part, dressing for the occasion, dude. You know nothing about dressing for the occasion. You two went to the gate and expected them to let you in when you look like two homeless bums. Well, at least one of you was, you know, but dress the part, play the part. Dude, the only thing you've played is yourself. You can't make a simple decision. Do I go to California where I want to go, or do I go back to Chicago where I have friends and family and, go to a job I don't want? No, don't go back to Chicago. Get in your little shitty van, fill it up with gas, and head west on the I-10. The I-10 will take you right there. Well, Johnny, without a work history and without references from his last two employers, who he, worked for him just enough to get a little bit of money and then said adios after they've trained him and do this. He doesn't tell them he's going to be taken off. Because he tells him, "Oh, I live in Chicago. My family lives here. My mom's here." He can't say that about California. He can't tell anybody, um, I'm I'm from here. No, you're not. And without references and without a work history and your online persona and history, because let's face it, maybe in Chicago they're not quite as advanced as, some people in California who will automatically check your social media. Hey, Princess Aloha. Because when they do check your online persona, and even if they do put in Marshall, your last name, your Elvis Travels videos will still come up and they will see exactly who and what you're all about. But go. If you don't, you'll never know. You can always go back to Chicago. You can't always go back to California. Yeah, he's from he doesn't know where he's from, okay? He's clueless. And, you know, with your weight and your back problems and you can't walk and blah blah this and blah blah that, you think you're going to get a job in California as a security guard, not officer, but guard? Security officers have weapons, dumbass. You're just a guard. You just walk around and make sure that nobody's up to nothing. Okay? You have no authority to stop them. You have no authority to approach them. You just report to your boss. That's all you do. That's called an unskilled profession. And they're going to hire somebody who is younger, more agile, who can actually do the job. You know, there's that. But go to California. Hell, I might even throw you a few bucks if you start that way. And I'm not one to go back on what I say. So just go, start. Of course, I'm not sending you $100 or anything like that, but I might get you a couple gallons of gas. You know, what's it, 3 something in Texas? That 10 spot will give you a couple gallons of gas. There's that. But go. Oh, God, Jesse. Don't make me. Oh, the visual. Oh, you had to, Jesse. Oh, good God. No, I'm never going to be able to get that vision out of my head. Oh, I must scrub my brain. Can I drink bleach? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, and not only that, most businesses in California, if you're not vaccinated, which you probably have COVID again, you have what? A newspaper under your coffee cup because it's hot, and then you take it off and then you blow your nose with it? How utterly disgusting can you be? Oh, right. We're talking about ELBO Army. Right. Sorry, I forgot. So, because I know somebody close to me who has had COVID 3 times. They didn't get the vax, and then they got the vid. So then they waited the 90 days, and before the 90 days was up, got it again at Christmas. So waited again. We're gonna do it, but was going on vacation, so didn't. And got it a third time. So elbow, you might have it again. It may not be allergies. You might want to go get tested. Oh, right. California usually will not hire somebody unless they have been vaccinated. Hmm. You know, there's that too, right? Hmm. Ardell, I was thinking that, but I didn't say it. Oh, God. But speaking of Mr. 123, he and his fellow RV dwellers who vehicles don't move are now getting evicted off the streets of Los Angeles, whether they want to or not. They're coming with tow trucks and they're taking away anything that doesn't have a registration on it and it doesn't move. And they're also drafting legislation to ban in residential areas where we know our boy Elbow likes to go because he likes to pretend he's one of them. Um, that you cannot be parked more than 8 hours at a time unless you have, you're a sticker that you're in that neighborhood. That's what California's coming to. So go. Leave tonight. You like driving at night? Leave tonight. Leave now. Go. What's stopping you? Your own ability not to make a choice. That's the only thing that's stopping you. You can't blame it on us anymore because we ain't us anymore. I mean, at least you aren't, you know. We can still play on YouTube, but you can't. Sorry about that. But, you wanted it that way and thought you were going to you're going to pull one over on YouTube. Uh, no. No. And it's not false flagging you or anything. They got your number. You dumbass. You put your personal PayPal in every new channel you start. You're a dumbass. And if you can't see that, then you're dumber than anybody thought. Yeah, Johnny, it does look. Yeah. And he is one blown head, and I've said this for years. He's one blown and it's even more powerful today. He is one blown head gasket away from sitting on a corner with a cardboard sign. Oh, he'd melt, Brandon. Come on. Geez, he's melting in El Paso, and it was only 92 degrees there today. Yeah, I checked. And they're looking at 100 degrees by the end of the week. Because I looked. Hey, Carlos. Oh. Elbow babbles. That's it. That's it. I'm trying to talk him into going to California. And if you live stream it on YouTube, you just might, in some infantile way, get a few bucks. Have you thought of that? Let's see. We're in May, so 3. Misty 3 months. You fucking chicken. They stand right outside my door, antagonize Waddy and Crow. Well, yeah, and it's gonna get 100 degrees here in the next couple days. Yeah. If I could shoot my slingshot, I'd get him, but I'm afraid hitting something I don't want to. I told the guys that trapped them. I said, if you trap them, I'll cook them. I said, well, chicken dinner, winner, chicken dinner tonight. You know what's even funnier is there's the only fast food around is McDonald's, and missing the frogs is because it's daylight still. It's not dark yet. The frogs come out at night, and the crickets and all the other noisy critters. The chickens during the day and all the other ones at night. But and we have a lot of tourism here. We are a tourist-based economy. And it's funny when people pull into the McDonald's and they see these chickens just roaming around the parking lot like they've got no care in the world. I just tell them, that's just fresh chicken nuggets. Where do you think they get the nuggets from? Oh, that's right, it's McDonald's. It's not real meat. Yeah, well, you can always hope. Hey, Skippy Aloha. Roosters? I thought it was Hooters. Oh yeah, that's another one of his dreams. You know, chicken and pigs. Yeah. Although they actually reinforced the fence, and they haven't been able to get through lately, which has been really, really nice. I saw them on the other side of the fence earlier today, but they haven't been in the yard, so I'm good with that. Yeah, and he drives at night. So, Elbow, you've probably slept all day anyway, because let's face it, you're too chicken shit to sleep at night because things go boom in the night. You know, it's that shadow in the dark, that knock on the door, the crackhead trying to steal your van is why you stay awake all night and sleep all day. So go, get in your van, turn that key, head west, and keep going. It's great. You'll love it. And once you get to Tijuana, oh, you can have any pretty Mexican girl you want. But go, go. The only thing stopping you is your lack of decision. You can't make a move in your life unless somebody else tells you. Well, Marshall, I'm telling you right now, go west. Go. Get in your van and go. And I don't want to hear another, oh, well, I don't know if I should do this, or I don't know if I should go to Chicago. I don't want to hear it again. If I hear it again, you're a pissy little bitch. And you don't want to prove me right, do you? You have in the past. You probably will in the future. But now, no, don't prove me right. Prove to me and the other myriad of people who may watch this now or later, prove me wrong. Start heading north. Because if you start heading north, you're a pissy little bitch. Because you're not doing what you want to do. Oh, my dreams. Oh, my. You know what? Chicago's in your past. You need to make a new venture, a new goal in life. Well, good luck with that, Carlos. The way California taxes your, and not only that, are you taxed on your income? There also is a sales tax for anything you buy other than food. Restaurants, you still have to pay a tax. The only non-taxable are unprepared foods. And I think they're even going to outlaw sodas now, and energy drinks that you can't, that they're going to tax, or they probably already do. Um, oh, thank you, Stitching Girl. I'm great. Had a little bit of a scare today. Uh, Friend called and said, you got any? Hey, David, aloha. You got any test kits at your house?" And I said, "Yeah. Why?" I'll send you a picture." I got sent picture of a positive COVID. Oh, nice. When were you in? When do you think you got infected? Oh, I think it was Wednesday or before. And I went, "Oh, great. I was at your house on Tuesday." Okay. So I took a test and I'm good. I got a strong immune system. So I didn't go anywhere today. I just stayed home. So it is. But seasons, if he can't make his decision and he wants somebody to tell him what to do, this is what you do. Go. Get in your van, turn that key and go. And if you don't, you're going to prove what a little pissy bitch you really are. And you don't want to prove me right, do you? Nah. You want somebody to tell you to go. Because the people that have telling you, "Oh, you just go back to Chicago," are the ones you don't want to listen to. Go. Just go. Get in your van and go. Worry about the rest on the way. Because you have probably spent the majority of your money, and maybe that's where the indecision lies, is that you don't have enough money to get there. Once you get there, to wait out and getting a job. He is a big scaredy cat. He really is. He's a little boy who wants somebody to tell him what to do and how to do it. Just like Rosie did when he was stuck in Elgadonis. She had to drive down there, hold his hand, get his dental work done, hold his hand again, take him up to the rancho, work on his van, with him sitting on his ass all the time doing shit, not even helping. And then, as soon as he's out the gate of the rancho, trashes her. Well, there's a bridge you burnt to never be rebuilt again. So, here's my advice. Go. Go, go, go. What's stopping you? Money, maybe. But has that ever stopped you before? Probably not. You know? Caution to the wind. Go west. Chase that sunset. Well, he doesn't have any ambition at all. He wants somebody to tell him what to do. Just like poor Rosie, you know, she put out her time and energy and skill. And what did he give her in return? A kick in the ass and say, "Oh, you're the evilest, awfulest person. You took all those donations and I didn't get none of it." And that's where that lies. He was jealous. He's jealous because Rosie got all the super chats, and we were super chatting her with him sitting there telling him, "Hey, this is for ELBO." And she wouldn't do nothing about it. She let him, he's a big boy. If he doesn't like it, he can stand up to people and tell them stop. But no, he sat there with his arms crossed day after day after day, stewing about Rosie getting money for the work that she's actually doing on the van, because he didn't pay her. He didn't help around the rancho. He's a slug. Eating her food, trying to cook, which is a total disaster. Don't let him ever cook anything. I mean, except maybe salmonella. a big old plate of it, you know. But you want somebody to tell you what to do, Elbow, Marshall, Zaya? Go. Get in your van and go. Stop bitching and moaning and complaining and whining and be a big boy, pull up your big girl panties, and make a decision. Because if it's wrong, then you still did what you wanted to. You don't want to go back to Chicago. That's why you've been sitting there for weeks, not being able to make a decision. Well, here's your way to make a decision. Prove me wrong. You know, I am your biggest troll, after all. You know that, right? Even though I don't give a shit anymore. And if you want permission, here's your permission. I'm giving you permission to prove me wrong and start headed for California. Prove me wrong. Prove to me that you will do it. Because right now, you won't. You haven't. You can't. You didn't. All of those adjectives. You know, all of those nouns. All of that. You know? ELBO is Elvis Travels. The one and only bum in a van. Well, there's a few of them, but he's the main one. You know, boiled steak. I miss the eyelash lice. If you go back, he did it. If you're not aware, Seasons, does Facebook now under, God, what does he do it under now? I don't even know. Somebody want to help me out? Put down there what he goes under Facebook for. I can't remember. And he's completely shaved now. Now we don't know if his back is shaved, but we do know that his front is shaved. His whole front and his pepperoni nipples. That. Sorry, just threw up in my mouth a little bit. You know, what do you want? Hold on. You got to go potty. Then go. Come on. Come on. Get up here. Come on. Come on. Quit being a pest. You know, I've been on here, what, 45 minutes, an hour? Almost an hour. And what he's getting, yeah, thank you, Kev. Sean is David Buldo. What Sean? I don't know Sean. I don't care. I don't care about you guys anyway. Really? You know, I don't give a shit about you guys. I could care less. I don't even know what you guys do. I know. No, he looks like Butterbean. He looks like Butterbean. You got to go pot. All right, hold on. Kev, hold down the fort. My other mods, hold down the fort for a second. I'm going to take my four-legged child out for a walk. Come here. Go chase them chickens. Go chase them chickens. And go chase them chickens. Go away. No chickens. They hear the door and they go running. And Waddy gets disappointed. Okay. Hairdresser, no. Body shaver, maybe. uh, okay. I'm just making sure I didn't miss anything, which I usually do, but why is it not? Did I freeze up again? Nope. All right, we're good. Oh God, now what? Do I have to block these people that? Uh, okay. Yeah, the only drama I want to see is the drama about ELBO. Yeah, Dervit. Yeah, especially because all that he admitted it today. The things that bring him joy are Mexican hookers and food. Oh, and I like clothes too. Well, you missed that mark. Sorry, dude. You have no fashion sense. Shall we bring up the linen lady suits again? Maybe he needs to be reminded of things like this every once in a while. You know, of the past that he's had. Hold on. Smell a rat. Yes, I do smell a rat. And it ain't in my house. Well, Dervit, that you know what? You probably got that. That's probably why he's still sitting there. Is he knows he doesn't have enough money to get to California. And if that's true, he probably doesn't have much more to get to Chicago. But the gas is cheaper going that direction, you know. Yeah, and that's the one thing that will follow him forever, uh, Kevin. And that is the Patrick debacle. Because his real name, Facebook, is attached to that story. So And so is his Elbow and Elvis Travels and the whole line of them. Because if you put in Marshall last name, you'll get all his Elvis Travel stuff. And if you put in Elvis Travels, you'll get all his other stuff. You know, so he can't get away from it. And it's going to follow him the rest of his life. Yeah, multiple colors. Yep, that's it. Yeah, but Johnny, come on now. He thinks he's worth more than $10 an hour because I looked and you know, I did my homework that even if he was to get a job in El Paso as a security hour, that's what they pay because the cost of living is so cheap down there. You know, there's that. And it's an entry level job. You're not going to get more than minimum wage. And the only reason it's higher in California is because the tax is higher, the cost of living is higher, and people just won't work for minimum wage. They just won't. And there's not that many security guard jobs. Yeah, they want security officers who carry a weapon, but not many guards. I mean, what's the point anymore down there? Texas is an open carry state. You know, you can wear your gun into the gas station. I don't know why it keeps kicking me off. I'm gonna have to go do some resets. No, Norm F doesn't support him anymore. He went off on Norm F. He used him and abused him, just like Bergs is doing now, and just like Skidmark is doing now. He'll figure it out. You know, Norm's a big boy. He can spend his money the way he wants. He just gets these lazy ass nobodies who don't want to work, don't want to even attempt to work, Bergs and Skidmark, but want things handed to them, just like Elbow Boy wanted everything handed to him. Well, it ain't gonna happen that way. And it's the it's a cruel, cruel world. Yep, and he quit that, and he couldn't stick the job out long enough on the trucking thing to learn to back up. And he shit on his nephew too. He really did. Because Narsa put his neck on the line for him. And we saw what happened there. He dragged Narsa through the mud. He'll drive anybody through the mud who doesn't absolutely agree with him or support him. He doesn't have any of that anymore. Um, you know, but don't think that Norm's money doesn't have strings attached to it. Oh, because it does. It does. Why do you think there's so many nude pics running around? Have anybody ever thought about that? You know, Norm likes his monkeys to dance for him. And the harder they dance, the more money they make, aka Bergs. Mark Terry, looks like you've been left out to dry, son. Yeah, that's another one that needs to when the trash needs to be taken out. Yeah. Yeah, and you're your own boss, Sassy. That's the thing. He doesn't want to work for anybody else. He doesn't want anybody else telling him what to do. Driving truck would have been the perfect. If I could drive truck, I would go back and drive truck right now. I mean, I learned to drive a logging truck, but ever before I learned how to drive a car. So I know how to back up with mirrors. It's not really that hard. You just gotta work at it. Oh, but that's the one word Elbow hates. Work. WORK. Hmm, amazing. Anyway, yeah, he'll throw a little. He'll throw his nibbles out at first to see how much Berg will reciprocate. Now, we've known in the past that Bergs has sent his pics to various people, and I'm not saying his smiling mug pics either. You know, there's those floating around. No, he's a jerk. No, he's another slime ball that exploits people and uses them for his own gain. I don't know about Elbow because he went there. He paid his debt to Norm face to face. Um if you know what I mean. Uh I'm trying to say it, but it just won't come out. Let's just say Norm got his money's worth, I guess. Or didn't for that matter. That's maybe why he never, gave him any more money. You know. There's that payoff. Nothing in this life is free. There's always, if somebody hands you $1 in one hand, they want a favor in the other hand. Oh, that's kind of symbolic now, isn't it? He does. He does. What do I mean? Kevin, tell me what I mean, please. There is a price to pay for Norm's money. And, they get addicted to it. They think, "Oh, I can manipulate him. It's so easy." Sorry, boys, but Norm F is smarter than the both of you put together. Actually, all three of you put together. Because once he's done with you, you don't get no more moolah. You can't dance anymore. Norm doesn't want to see you jump around like a little monkey. No, the older guys that are hurting for money are an easier target. Are you kidding? Norm knows exactly what he's doing. Nobody gives Norm the credit. Okay. Whatever, however, and from whatever Norm gets his money, he gets a he gets something in return. His money's not free. Okay. Bergs thinks that, oh, if he sings a little song, no, that's only on the hangout, on the stream. Mark Terry, same thing. Mark Terry's problem though is he lies too much. And he's been caught in 99.9% of his lies. Why? Because he's not too smart. And he's another one who lets his ego get in the way. He got that taste of Norm's money, and you know, it's like a moth to a flame. You know, the more you get, the more you want. And then when he shuts down the bank and Norm, you've made all these plans to move in a new apartment and Muscle Shoals, by the way. Write that down, folks. He said he's moving to a luxury apartment in Muscle Shoals. Really? I didn't know they had such a thing there. How do I know that? Because I looked. You know, all these dumbasses who think that they're kidding people. Well, the people that know, we keep our mouth shut because it's not worth our time. Until something like this, when I come live and I can just, kind of say what I want. Yep, the old throne is taking a beating. The Lisa Marie ain't the girl she used to be. She's getting to be an old hag. Oh God, yes, Jan. There's that. But see, now he's got Bergs dancing like the little monkey. Okay? And all that's doing is just giving Bergs more money to buy more booze. And that's kind of reckless. Because let's face it, folks, Bergs doesn't drive sober. Why? Because he's never sober. That's why. I mean, you think he couldn't get any drunker on a hangout, and then he proves you're wrong the next day, and you just go, "Good God!" You know? He said, he got the scare of his eye, right? He didn't correlate that with the raging anger that he shows when he's pissed off on a stream. He failed to mention, oh, it might be the drinking. Yeah, the uncontrolled diabetes. Well, he says he does, but he doesn't even know his A1C, and there's that. Thanks, Kev. I didn't even see that one. No, I don't think about him a lot. Are you kidding? I have a stream once every 3 weeks. Oh, wow, I'm putting a lot of time into it. Yeah. When it's raining here, when I can't do anything, I go on YouTube to laugh with the lulz clowns and the dipshits and the dumbasses. Because let's face it, who's there really to watch anymore? I mean, Bergs, only because mamas don't let your babies grow up to be Bergs. Yeah. To see how, what a monkey he's going to make of himself that night. Yeah, every once in a while. But I don't watch anybody anymore. Yeah, I've done my homework on a few things, but would that take me all of 2 minutes? Oh, an elbow? You're not blocked in here. You never were and never have been. So if you're listening, you can always, you know, prove me wrong. He lives in Renton, I do believe, a suburb of Seattle. Stitching girl, that says a lot. Um, I can't. I just don't have the patience for dumbasses anymore on here. I just really don't. You know, there's certain things that I watch, but I lose attention very quickly and move on to something else. So that's why I like TikTok. No video more than 3 minutes, and some of them I can't even get through the 3 minutes. You know, you know, and all these people want to think, oh, we're Boyd. There is no Boyd anymore. You are just the bottom of YouTube. You are, you know, the skim of the top. If you want to call, if Skidmark wants to call himself Boyd, let him do it. You know, he wasn't at. Actually, I take that back. He tried to go in at the reunion. He got blocked with half a post out. I mean, come on. But if you want to live in that fantasy land, Skidmark, you just knock yourself out. Because frankly, nobody gives a shit anymore. The Bank of Norm is closed on you. Your lies have caught up to you. Your deceit has caught up to you. And your pissy little bitch has caught up to you. Because you didn't like somebody say that they were going to flag your channel. Meh. People flag your channel because there's a reason to flag your channel, you dumbass. That's what it's for. Nobody's false flagging you. Nobody gives a shit. And you can say that, and furthermore, nah, I'm not even gonna waste my time on that. She managed to cancel Trisha? No. Why no super chat here? Because I don't need it. I don't want it. I'm not on enough to care about it. And I make my own money. And I'm pretty comfortable doing that. So I don't need people to think that they're obligated to pay me for my opinions. Frankly, that's exploitation, and I'm not into that. I want to be able to say what I want to say when I want to say it. And that's that. Seasoned Bergs is cool until he calls you a cunt. And until he says something about your family or your friends or yourself. I don't think Bergs is funny at all. I think he's really pathetic. I mean, he's another middle-aged man who's done nothing with his life but wallow in his own self-pity. Um, we've seen how he treats somebody he's supposed to love. We've seen how he treats his parents. We've seen how he treats other people, which isn't very nice at all. He's actually a pretty sad little man. He really is. I mean, to be what, 50 years old in your parents' garage, talking to people that you don't even know and begging people for money you don't even know? Come on now. Where's the pride in that? I mean, Bergs doesn't even have a clue. He's actually, he should go back and listen to himself when he's sober. Oh, wait a minute. When is that ever? No, because he gets the shakes going to the Safeway getting alcohol. And we know that if he's got the shakes driving to get alcohol, he's not going to wait until he gets home to crack it open and, you know, take a little. And that part pisses me off because that's called drunk driving and that kills people. And I'm not okay with that. Hey, Gary, aloha. I'm having a wonderful day. I'm sitting here talking to you guys. Thankfully, that ELBO was so kind. Dang it. Ugh. Okay, back to Gary. Thank you. I'm having a great day. I don't know. You know, I don't. I'm on the laptop right now, and the only thing I use it for is going live um, on my YouTube. When I go live on my phone, it's with my other icon. But yeah, I don't know what's going on. When I fired it up, I saw something that flew across the screen with an XEX extension on it, and I freaked out. So I did a quick check, and it says I doesn't have anything, but I think I might have a bug in there somewhere. But we'll have to see. Oh, friend, you know it. Sorry, inside joke. Oh my. Oh my goodness, I've been on for an hour and a half. All right, it's time for me to go. Do something different, productive, make dinner, walk the dog, kill the rooster. That reminds me of a song that I really, really like by, I believe is it Stone Temple Pilots or is it Soundgarden that does Rooster? I can't remember. It's one of the two. Well, I have to look it up. I like that song. And there's a reason why I like it. So, what's for dinner? Well, I was going to make lasagna, but instead, I think I will just make nachos. I have some chicken left over that I'll put over the top of it and make a chicken quesadilla nachos or something. I went Cinco de Mayo. I went to a little Mexican restaurant. It's kind of a ways for me to go, but I wanted to go there. And they had um chili relleno burrito, and it was delicious. And what I found really odd is, but I really liked it, is they put green peas in it and pumpkin and the chili relleno and the cheese, and everything. But it was really different, and I really, really liked it. So I may have to go back again. It's a little pricey, but good food, you got to pay the price. So that's it, kitten cat. That's exactly it. You got it. Yep. Drunk driving is no bueno. Nope, nope, nope. That's one of my pet peeves, and I will always have forever and ever. That you don't get a pass with that. You get a straight 911 call for that. I don't put up with none of that bullshit. And it's a good thing ELBO doesn't. Well, I take that back. The one night, and I'll openly admit to this one. The one night that ELBO came back from Gagadonis, whatever the fuck it's called. And he had been with the ladies, and he's hooping and hollering and yeah, oh, I'm in love with a Mexican girl. Ah. Don't think that I didn't call that one in, because I did, and I'll admit that, because he is damn lucky that they didn't catch him that night. I mean, and let's just say the reason I want him to go through Arizona again so bad, ding, 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 that's one of them. Yes, indeedy. That's one of the reasons. And yeah, head west, ELBO, Marshall, Zia, head west. Go. Go where the wind blows in your, well, I was going to say hair, but you don't have any more. Go where the sun shines always in your face. Well, okay. Go where you want to go. And if you want permission to go, I grant you permission to head west. And if you don't head west, nanny boo boo, I beat you. Because I called you out on something and you ain't going to do it. So on that happy note, folks, just a little insight of my rambling mind. I do that every once in a while, right? Everybody have a wonderful week ahead. Stay safe. If you feel rotten, take a test. If you test positive, stay home. And I will be masking up again from now on, because I sure as hell don't want no Rona. All right, everybody. Stay safe. Aloha.